Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. It's a brand new week. Let's put on the hat. We're going to be doing stages 63 to 68 at a Fanhome release, a build the Jeff Gordon Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Boy, do I have problems pronouncing words. Gets worse as I get older, I'm telling you. Once again, I don't know what we're doing today, so I have laid out what we've got already done. We've actually done, let me bring it over actually so you can see. Look, we've done pretty much all the engine in this. I think we work a little bit on this today. I think we got some wheels today as well, but we're going to find that out together. Now, I apologise for not building this earlier, but I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 6 packs behind on this. I've got 6 packs of this down here. So I am going to start going through them by doing this pack today. And I'm not actually sure what pack number this is. This is pack 13. There we go. We're going to be doing pack 13, 63 to 68. If you want to get this for yourself, I don't know if it's available. I have put a link in the description and the QR code's on the screen there. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, here we go. Stage 63. Here is the magazine. Looking just like this. We've got a brake disc here, and it looks like rear shock absorbers we're actually doing. Going to put these into place and put these on this that we've just created. I've just gone and broke something off here, which I didn't mean to do. I'll have to put that back on. Putting these into place. And what are we doing here? We're doing something on the car as well. It looks difficult. Whatever's going on, it looks difficult. Check this out here. Okay, let's see what we are actually doing. Now, as you can see here, stage 63 has got lots of stuff in it. It's lots of little details here. And I think we have created one of these shocks before, because I kind of remember some of the things that we're actually doing here, which means I'm taking the outer casing of the shock and putting this little black piece inside here, like that. And then I'm going to take a spring and wiggle. Oh, I've got 2 springs here. Let me just separate these and put the spring in. And then I'm going to be closing that off by putting the top on and lining up this hole just here and holding that in with an AP screw. Now I'm going to need to do this twice. Now once again, for little details like this, I am not going to use my electric screwdriver. I'm just going to use my normal one, which is a PH0. So that's one done. Let's do the same on this one. Once again, we put in, we put in this black little part here. It has to be that way around. Let that fall in there. I hope it's done. Take the spring, put that on top, put the top on, and then hold that in with an AP screw. So what will happen is when I put this side in here, it should be springy, as you can see. So that one's okay. Let's just check this one. And that one's okay too. Right. So bringing over this section here, we're going to be attaching the shocks. Now these are going to be going into this point just here with the screws facing towards the back. So where I see the screw hole, I'm going to be putting it in the other way, just like that there. And I'm holding these in with IM screws through this side. Probably going to be easier with a PH1 screwdriver, if I'm being honest. Now I am using oil specifically on this one because not only is it metal, but we are having to break a lot of the paintwork. As you can see on this side, the paint is actually over the hole. But there you go. That's that one in as well. So I was going to move everything out the way because what I need to do now is bring over the car and just turn this upside down like this. Excellent. And this is going to go into position just on here. Just lining it up there. Now I'm going to need some AM screws to screw this in position. So first off, we're going to need one here and one on this side over here. And then what I can do then, once that's in, is turn this over. And I'm going to be putting AM screws in the other sides. Now these go in quite a few locations. Okay, so basically I've put screws in just these two holes here and these two holes just at the back here. These were quite hard to get in. Let me just put that to one side and bring over this section we created. Now what we're going to be doing is adding some stuff just to this, namely the brake caliper here. And what I need to do is on this side put the inner brake caliper in, which basically goes in like this. And it's going to sit in that way. As a matter of fact, let's just zoom up my camera. There you go. So you can see that. So this is going to be fitting onto this hub here, just like that there. And it's held in with AP screws. And there you go. That's caliper in. Put that to one side. Just make a brake disc up, which is just a case of pushing these two parts together. Obviously, we need to just make sure that the keyhole pattern is lined up. But when they're clipped in, it makes a brake disc. So this is going to go on the car now. So let's turn this upside down. And basically, this is going to be going into position kind of like this. I'm lining up this end over here first. Put the suspension in where that goes. That's all lined up as well. I'm going to put these in here just so I can see where these are going to go. Now there is a locating lug for these to press into. So pushing one in there and one in this side over here. There you go, they're in position. And what's weird is they don't actually want me to screw this down. They want me to connect wires before I screw it down, which I found a little bit bizarre, but I will do that. Okay, hopefully you can see this, but the wire that's coming out from here is going to go on the nipple that's underneath this box just here. I'm tapping. Okay, the wire here is going to go into this blue nipple at the top just here. The other wire here that I've got is going into the nipple down the bottom of this differential here. Again, this is so hard to show you. Assuming I've got this seated correctly, I'm now going to be putting these parts of the shocks into the silver sections just here. Now this lead here is going on to the lug that we can see here. There's a lot to put together to say we haven't actually put this in place yet, which means then this can slot into here. I do think it's funny because we come to this stage and they're not actually telling me what screw has to go into here. I'm going with a JM screw. Might be the wrong one, but the instructions fail to tell you what one to use. I'm not putting that in all the way because I might have to take these out again. I'm just putting them in enough to hold them into place. Now these JM screws, obviously they're metal screws. They're going into the metal of the other side of this. So I can't even tell you if this is the right screw or not, but it's going in. So I'm hoping that is the screw that we need. There you go, they're attached. Okay, the silver cables we've got going along the bottom are going to plug into each side of this connector, this tri-connector I've got down the bottom. So one's on that side there, and one's on that side there. And the last cables we've got, these upright cables here, are going onto the nipple, hopefully you can see it on the top camera, of the caliper, which is right at the bottom. So one in this side, and I'll do the same on the other side. Now when we push the drive shaft in, I just need to make sure that this rubber band that I've got is going round the pulley here, just like that, and then round the little pulley on the drive shaft, and then put this in here. Perfect, so now that's lined up as well. And that's everything connected. That was quite hard. That was actually really, really hard. But hopefully you can see on the camera there, that's in place. But none of this has been secured down yet. So I'm guessing that's what we're going to be doing now. So we do need AM screws. Let's see how we get on with these. I think I'm going to put these end ones in first, because these seem to be what's actually holding everything together. And I'm going to just put it on its side to put these in. So again, it is going to be hard to show you what I'm actually doing here. But I've got one in. And this is the second one going in here. So we've basically attached the top section in. I need 3 more AM screws, which are just going to go into the bottom section here. These are going to hold the suspension in. So that's all of that in. It's 4 screws basically. That was really hard. It's not telling me about this one. I think we're doing that now actually. This lever here, which I clipped on here, that's what it's asking us to do now. So I did that a little bit early. This one is going to be held through this other side with a BP screw. Now the BP screw is a flange screw, which I've got here. Just so you know, this one stage has taken me 50 minutes. Can you believe that? 50 minutes to do this one stage. So this is going to go into the hole just here. I need a DM screw now. And I need to attach this chain to, I don't know if you can see this, to this silver part just here with the DM screw, which I've got here. Flange screw. That's going to stop that coming off there. And we'll do exactly the same thing. Actually, let's go there. Hopefully you can see that. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. I don't know what these chains are for. Is this to stop the suspension breaking away and going on an adventure? Do the other side here. It's so detailed. And with that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. That was really hard. Okay, stage 64. Here's the instructions looking like this. And we've just got a wheel here. So we're just basically putting the rim inside and putting this on. So this is going to be a nice quick stage. Okay, the way this goes, basically this side of the rim is going to go into the wheel with the writing on it like this. Make sure that's all the way down there. And then we're going to line up this white side on the other side here. It's going to go in this way. Push that in and then hold it together with IM screws. That's perfect, and when they're all in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. I've got an injury here. I've cut myself as well. It's one of these mornings today. Stage 65. Here's the instructions. And we have got a brake disc center. That's going to be a quick one. Looks like we do get to mount the wheel though, looking like that. Now, I could be wrong, but I think we're working on this one here. So what I need to do is put the brake disc in first. Perfect. I want to take the wheel we just created. I've got a brake disc center we're going to be putting in. Now there is a keyhole pattern on this, so this can only go in one way. It does say rear left on here, so we are in the right tire we're putting in. Once that's in, I want to match the keyhole pattern here with the keyhole pattern of the brake disc. So it should fit flush in there, just like that. I've got a washer to put in, which goes into the top. Secure that in with an NM screw that I've got here. This is a flange screw. That'll fix that into place. And then over that screw, I've got a hubcap to put in, which looks just like this. And that's just going to push in there. And with that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. God, this is going on so long that I had to change my microphone. Okay, so stage 66. I don't think there's much to do in the rest of the stages. Again, another wheel. I think we're just repeating what we've just been doing. Again, you want to be careful of this because when you get it out of the box, they've actually got the rim in the wrong way round. I don't know why that is. So you do need to take this off because it's the black side that should be on here, like that. Don't know, they do that to deceive you, I think. Put this in, and then once again, IM screws to hold this into place. There you go, that one's in place. I'm guessing in a similar way we're going to be fitting this to the car, as you can see. we know what to do now. So if I put the car this way round, I'll put this on the wheel, just like that. Put the brake disc on here. We had this stored from the last stage. Line up the keyhole pattern. So that should fit in like that. Put the washer in there. Screw this down. Excellent. And then just put the hubcap on. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack, we're at 1 out of 10 minutes now. Looks like this. And we're going to start doing the pedals and the firewall. And we're just going to be putting these in just like that. Not much to do. So let's get these open. The first thing I want to do is I want to put this little rod in here. And by the look of it, this is so that you can put your foot in here and don't have it slip out, as you can see. Clever. Okay, this is going to be going into the position in here. Now there is a keyhole pattern, so it can only go in one way. It's going to go in like that, held in from the other side with one of these AP screws. So that's in place. So all we've got then, these pedals here are going to be going in this side, this way round. And they're screwed in with AP screws through here. And two, but we don't actually get to mount this. As hopefully you see, I think, yep, that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. I've got no idea how long this is going to take to edit, but it is looking good. And look at that underside there as well. Absolutely brilliant. But that is another pack of the Jeff Gordon build completed, and I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.